Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And yes, my glasses are a little darker. I've been sitting here for like 15 minutes waiting for these things to transition back. It's not happening, so I'm just moving forward and you're gonna have to deal with some darker glasses. But anyway, today we are looking at another stack of disc replay buy 2, get 1 free Blu-rays. So I have 3 iterations of that, so a stack of 9 here, and some of these are just really cool finds from disc replay. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my latest disc replay buy 2 get 1 free Blu-ray haul. So let's get started with a family film. First up here we have Hotel Transylvania 3. So I actually found the first 2 movies in, I think it was a double pack that I found at Big Lots, if I'm not mistaken, which, speaking of Big Lots, I was there earlier today and they are getting very close to shutting down their doors. At least mine. I don't know when they're all shutting down, obviously, but mine is getting very close to being done, and it was packed and there were no movies. So it was very disappointing and a little bittersweet because it's the last time I'll probably ever go into one. But anyway, that's completely irrelevant to the fact that I found Hotel Transylvania 3. There is one more that I'm aware of in this franchise, and I only know about it because Miranda, over at Miranda's Movie Madness, she talked about it maybe 6, 8, 9 months ago, and so it's been on my list ever since, but I've not been able to find it used. So eventually, once I actually sit down and watch this series, I'll have to pick that one up off of Amazon. But for today, I found Hotel Transylvania 3. I always love finding brand new sealed Blu-rays at Disc Replay, and that's exactly what this is, even if it is considered one of the worst movies of, well, at least the year it came out. This is Halle Berry in Catwoman. I have only seen bits and pieces of this movie. I've never sat down and watched it from start to finish, and I have been very curious to do that for the longest time now, and I just never owned it. So now it is in the collection, and I have to watch it. I know it's probably terrible, and that's fine. My wife actually loves this movie, so take that for what you will. But yeah, she really likes it, so I'm sure she'll watch it with me once I get around to it. So excited to see this one, even though I'm expecting very, very little from it. We have Halle Berry's Catwoman. This next one is actually also sealed, which I'd forgotten about until just now, and I'm hoping I pronounce it right. This is Chappaquiddick, and I think that is the city where this event takes place. So this is all about, it's a true crime story. It has something to do with the Kennedys. Yeah, the death of Mary Jo Kopechne, maybe, but it's something to do with the Kennedys, and there was a mysterious death, and who was actually responsible. I think a car ends up in the water. Oh yeah, as depicted on the front cover there. So because it was true crime related and it sounds very intriguing, I love my true crime movies, so hopefully this one will be enjoyable. And as you can see, this one is still sealed, which is always really cool. So yeah, Ed Helms is in this one, who is excellent, so I'm hoping I like this. We have Chappaquiddick. A couple comedies up next here, and this is another one that was on my list of cheap Blu-rays to find, and I came across it used, so I had to grab it. Hail Caesar. So this is a Coen Brothers movie that I really haven't heard much about over the years, but then once I learned what it was actually about, I was very intrigued to check it out. I guess this takes a look kind of like a behind the scenes at old Hollywood, and it's going to play it up, of course, but it just sounds interesting. Has a great cast in this. Like George Clooney's in here, I believe. Yeah, Josh Brolin, Channing Tatum. The list goes on and on. I want to say, like, who else was this? Yeah, ScarJo is in this one. So great cast on here. Should be a really good time once I get around to it. So this is Hail Caesar. This one was definitely not on my list to find, but I figured I'd check it out. I like the cast. We have Robert De Niro and Zac Efron in Dirty Grandpa. Now, I have very low expectations for this, but I love stupid comedies of this ilk, so I'm hoping it'll be pretty fun. You can see on the back there kind of what they're aiming at, or the crowd they're aiming at, so hopefully it'll be enjoyable, at least from that perspective. We'll see. Again, haven't heard much about it other than it's kind of one of those forgettable comedies, but still, I like the cast, so I figured I'd give it a shot. We have Dirty Grandpa. These next 3 finds are awesome. I'm going to show them together because they're all part of the same franchise, and I was shocked to find all of these at Disc Replay in shockingly good shape for what they are. Not perfect, as I'm looking at now, but pretty good. We have Fletch from Kino Lorber with the slipcover, which is just awesome. But not only Fletch, we also found Fletch Lives with this amazing slipcover on it, which is so cool. As you can see, another slipcover there. But that's not all. One more. You can't have Fletch and Fletch Lives without the, what is this, a reboot sequel of sorts? Confess Fletch with John Hamm in the leading role. So I've never seen any of these before, but now that I have them in my collection, I see an I Watch 3 vlog coming down the line because they just look like a lot of fun. If not an I Watch 3, at least a shelf space dedicated to these three. But I just love when I find boutique labels at Disc Replay, which is exactly what I was able to do here. I don't know if this one, I don't think this one is from Kino Lorber, but clearly somebody, maybe they thought they'd like these, they bought them and they didn't. I have no idea, but they were all three together. So was very happy to get all of these for the price of two. You can't beat that. We have Fletch, Fletch Lives, and Confess Fletch. And last but not least today is a beautiful release of this movie, which another one I still need to see, but this is How the West Was Won. And what really drew me to it is that this is a digibook release, and you can see right on the top there, it talks about Cinerama, which is how this was in films when it released. And so, not only do you get disc 1 with the widescreen, widescreen letterbox version, you also get the special Cinerama version of it, which is super cool. The Smile Box edition is what it's called there. So I can't wait to see this. You can kind of, if I take this out, you can kind of see what they do with the Smile Box on the back there. That's in order to replicate that Cinerama style, that Smile Box. So I think that's awesome. And then, of course, you have the whole booklet in here as well, which is always cool to have. So this was a good price, and because it's just such a unique release, I figured I would give it a shot. Frankly, I don't even know really too much about this movie at all, but the release just looked awesome. It was a good price, and I can't pass up this nice digibook. So I'm excited to see this one. Let me know if this is any good or not. I'm guessing it's probably decent, but let me know what you think about this movie in the comments. But yeah, happy to have this in the collection. Excited to check it out. How the West Was Won, the Smile Box and widescreen letterboxed edition. All right, so there it is. Another 9 movies for the price of 6. I mean, that's just a great deal. And most of these are, you know, at that $5 or $6 price or lower. So really good deals on these, which is why I'm willing to take so many chances on all these blind buys, which frankly is kind of my MO anyway, but which I know everyone is not into, and that's fine. You don't have to buy a single movie that you haven't seen before, but I love doing that. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of this stack? Have you seen any of these? And if so, what do you recommend? I am super curious about How the West Was Won. Let me know if that one is worthwhile or not. But anyway, that is going to do it for today. So thank you guys so much for checking this out. And I'll let you know I do have a whole other stack ready to go. I actually found 3 more today while I was out. So always ready and willing to add to my Disc Replay buy 2 get 1 hauls. But anyway, let me know down in the comments below what you think about that and anything else. I always appreciate that support. So thank you so much for making it all the way to the end here. That is going to do it. Before I let you go though, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.